Welcome to today's Explainer. Today, we're jumping right into something that is honestly a real game changer. We're dissecting a fascinating transformation story called Mastering the Morning, a blueprint for extraordinary success. We're going to look at exactly how an average, reactive mind transforms into a high achiever's mind, literally before the rest of the world even hits the snooze button. So here's a massive question for you. What actually decides the entire outcome of your day? Well, this blueprint takes that huge concept and boils it down to one single, highly controllable window, your very first 60 minutes. That 1 hour is the ultimate inciting incident of your day. It's the inflection point where you either take total control of your life or, you just let the world dictate it for you. All right, let's jump into section 1, the average versus the extraordinary. Okay, so the average morning, it usually starts in a massive state of deficit. You wake up, you grab the phone, and bam, you immediately surrender your attention to a glowing screen, kind of wondering why you feel stuck and nothing is changing. But the extraordinary morning, it's the exact opposite. Honestly, it's an act of rebellion. High achievers absolutely do not let the morning just happen to them. They engineer it. They actively claim those first 60 minutes to proactively transform their entire state of mind. Which brings us to section 2, defeating the reactive mindset. Listen, the very second you open an app, you are instantly reacting to someone else's agenda. Emails, notifications, the crazy news cycle. They literally hijack your brain's prime cognitive state. And psychologically, this triggers an immediate stress response. So instead of starting your day from a place of grounded power, your nervous system is instantly thrown on the defensive. You're reacting to what the world wants from you before you've even gotten out of bed. The absolute best defense against this trap is a strict 30-minute boundary. By keeping your phone totally out of reach for just the first half hour of your day, you build a fortress around your mind. It ensures your rested, powerful brain is operating entirely on your own internal compass. You're protecting your peak bandwidth from being drained by external algorithms and demanding inboxes. Moving right along to section 3, awakening the physical body. Think about the sheer physiological state of your body right after waking up. You've just gone 7 to 8 hours without a single drop of water. You would never endure an 8-hour workday drought, right? Yet we do this to ourselves every single night. The blueprint is super adamant about this. Before coffee, before breakfast, you absolutely have to address this severe baseline depletion. Addressing this drought right away does 3 incredibly vital things. First, it kickstarts your dormant metabolism, literally sending a signal to your internal systems that, hey, it's time to get to work. Second, it flushes out all those cellular toxins that just accumulated overnight. And third, and this is crucial, it rehydrates your brain. Your brain is heavily dependent on water, so this preps it for high-level executive function. Now, physical awakening needs some momentum, but don't worry, we're not talking about a grueling 2-hour gym session here. High achievers use just 10 to 15 minutes of dynamic movement. A little light stretching, a brisk walk, maybe some jumping jacks or yoga, just to shift their physiology. It's all about sparking the system and getting the blood flowing, definitely not exhausting it. That short little burst of movement triggers a vital flood of endorphins. Suddenly, you aren't just awake, you are totally in command. This psychological win, taking charge of your physical state right out of the gate, is honestly the secret engine of high achievement. It generates this powerful, positive momentum that carries through every single subsequent decision you make that day. Let's look at section 4, directing the achiever's mind. There is a massive difference between just being busy and actually being focused. Average routines rely on these scattered, overwhelming to-do lists of 10 to 20 tasks that immediately trigger cognitive overload. The high achiever, though, they act more like a sniper. Before the day even really begins, they narrow their focus down to exactly 3 intentions. That's it. This completely prevents decision fatigue and gives your brain a clear, piercing direction for the hours ahead. The final step in directing your mind is managing your inputs. Before all the noise of the outside world rushes in, you proactively feed your mind. Whether it's reading 10 pages of an insightful book, listening to a dedicated podcast, or watching a quick educational video, it acts like a daily software update for your brain. You are deliberately installing high-quality data. This perfectly highlights a core truth of high achievers. You become what you consistently feed your mind. Think about it. Feeding your brain anxiety and distraction? That just breeds a reactive life. But feeding it wisdom, education, and intention? That compounds over time. It literally rewires your neural pathways, elevating your baseline perspective over weeks and months of consistent practice. Which brings us to our final part, Section 5, the 30-Day Transformation Challenge. Okay, let's lock in this high achiever's blueprint. Step 1. Claim the first 30 minutes entirely away from your phone. Step 2. Hydrate immediately to wake up those internal systems. Step 3. Move your body for just 10 to 15 minutes. Step 4. Narrow your focus to 3 core intentions. And Step 5. Feed your mind with genuine value. If you execute this consistently for 30 days, your baseline for what is possible will permanently shift. Because ultimately, your mornings are the blueprint for your entire life. They are the absolute starting point of your transformation story. You don't have to perfectly overhaul everything tomorrow, but you do have to start. So which of these 5 steps will you claim tomorrow morning? Think about it, make the choice, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.